A grade 8 pupil has been stabbed to death at a school in Ulundi, KwaZulu-Natal. The incident happened at the Ekudubedi Secondary School yesterday. Reports suggest that the pupil was stabbed by a fellow pupil. KwaZulu-Natal Education MEC Kwazi Mshengu joins me now on the line for details. Mr. Mshengu, thank you for your time. Obviously heartbreaking for schoolmates of that student. What can you tell us?
Well, it is indeed heartbreaking that yet again we have to confirm the loss of another young life at the hand of yet another young life again. Yesterday we were informed that a grade 8 learner at Ekudubedi Secondary in Ulundi was stabbed to death by a grade 9 learner who has since been taken by the police. We first want to convey the message of condolences to the Zungu family for the loss of such a young life. As a Department of Education, we continue to try and strengthen the security in our schools, which include deploying a number of security personnel in our schools, also strengthening the infrastructure or physical infrastructure so that at least we are able to have a clear exit and entrance point, and where we'll be able even to search learners whether or not they bring into premises unallowed weapons, as it were. But we also continue to call all members of our society to ensure that we uproot these incidences direct from our communities. We clean our communities from illegal firearms as well as all dangerous weapons, including drugs. I will be visiting the school next week, Tuesday, to ensure that we try and stabilize the situation. As I speak, our psychologists were on the ground yesterday, counseling the learners. They will continue with the work on Monday.
Mr. Mshengu, you've spoken there about efforts to sort of secure schools, ensure that the perimeters are safe, that students are checked as they come in. But what initiatives is the Education Department in KwaZulu-Natal running to try and deal with violence that may occur between students while they're at school?
Well, last month we launched a comprehensive school safety program, which we were led by the Premier in that launch. And amongst other things that we are doing is to ensure that we work with the police, to ensure that there are random searches throughout our schools in the province, to ensure that we keep on tracking whether or not students are bringing these illegal weapons, including drugs, in our schools. But we're also deploying a number of community safety volunteers. In fact, we are intending that each and every school must have a community safety volunteer brigade who will continuously be able to search the student or the learners as they come in, but will also be able to detect even other people who are not welcomed in the school. We will also be ensuring that we revive the perimeters in our school so that there is a clear point of entry as well as exit. We also want to register every person who comes into our school so that we know that in case an incident happens, that person is easily traceable.
Now, that program you mentioned being launched last month with the input of the Premier in KwaZulu-Natal, with this latest stabbing, a grade 8 pupil stabbed to death, are you going to sort of amend your program or tighten it up to try and ensure that it's effective in dealing with this problem?
We'll have to tighten up, but also try to move with speed in terms of the implementation of the comprehensive security strategy. I must also indicate that the lack of funds is also inhibiting the manner in which we want to expeditiously roll out this program. As we know that for us to build proper fencing, we need money. For us to deploy each and every in school to deploy security guards, we need money. But we are also calling on our community that put in these measures, they must stop also vandalizing the infrastructure that we deploy in our schools, because most of our schools were fenced, but such fencing was also destroyed and stolen by community members. So we'll also be concerned with the mobilization of community members to ensure that they take care of their schools, because these schools belong to communities. They are centers of development. That's where we build successful families, communities, as well as the nation at large.
Kwazi Mshengu there, the KwaZulu-Natal Education MEC, commenting on the latest incident of school violence, a grade 8 pupil stabbed to death at Ekudubedi High School or secondary school in the province.